Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered, how was this tiny piece of metal made? How does something so small go through a journey of fire, machines, and human precision before it finally reaches your pocket? And here's the real twist. Did you know that the US government actually spends more money making some coins than the coins are worth themselves? Strange, right? Coins may seem ordinary, but behind every dime, nickel, and penny lies an incredible story of science, history, and craftsmanship. Despite the rise of credit cards and mobile wallets, the United States still produces billions of coins every single year. But what exactly happens inside the US Mint? How does raw metal turn into the shiny coins you use every day? Today, we're going to take you inside one of the most secure and fascinating factories in America, the coin factory. Get ready, because once you see what it takes to create just one coin, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. The arrival of raw metal. The story of every coin begins long before you see it at the store or toss it into a vending machine. It starts with giant rolls of metal, known as coils. These coils can stretch the length of several football fields and weigh thousands of pounds. They arrive at the mint from specialized suppliers who carefully craft each roll to match the required formula for different coins. For example, pennies are made from zinc with a thin copper coating. Nickels use 75% copper and 25% nickel. Quarters, dimes, and half dollars are a mix of copper and nickel. Each formula is chosen to give the coin strength, durability, and resistance to corrosion. After all, coins need to survive decades of use, being dropped, scraped, and exchanged millions of times, without losing their shape or identity. Punching the blanks. Once the coils arrive, they're loaded onto powerful machines that slowly feed the long metal strip forward. Then, a massive press punches out perfect circular blanks at lightning speed. Think of it like a cookie cutter slicing dough, but on an industrial scale. The machine can cut thousands of discs per minute. Each disc is called a planche, and at this stage, it looks nothing like a coin. It's just a plain piece of metal with no design, no rim, and no shine. What happens to the leftover scrap metal? That part, known as webbing, isn't wasted. The mint recycles it, sending it back to be melted and reused in future coils. Efficiency is key. Every bit of metal matters. Heating in the annealing furnace. The next step might surprise you. These blank discs are not strong enough yet for the powerful presses that will stamp designs onto them. To prepare them, they must go through annealing, a process of controlled heating. The blanks ride through a massive furnace where the temperature rises to over 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to melt glass. But don't worry, the coins don't melt. Instead, the intense heat softens the metal so it can be shaped more easily in later stages. Why don't they come out burnt or blackened? The secret is that the furnace contains almost no oxygen. Without oxygen, the discs don't oxidize, so they remain clean even after passing through waves of fire. As soon as they leave the furnace, the discs are quickly cooled in special tanks filled with water and lubricants. This prevents them from sticking together and restores them to a safe handling temperature. Washing and cleaning fresh from the furnace, the blanks need to be cleaned. At the mint, massive washing machines scrub them using detergents and anti-tarnish solutions. Depending on the facility, you might see giant scoop baskets lifting coins in and out of tanks, or large whirlpool drums spinning them around. After washing and drying, the discs start to look much shinier. But they still aren't coins. Not yet. Shaping the rim. Up next is the upsetting mill, one of the most important steps. The mill feeds the blanks through a groove that slightly squeezes their edges, creating a tiny raised rim around the border. That rim is more important than you might think. It ensures that the coin will sit properly in the striking press. It also protects the coin's design, since the raised edge absorbs most of the scratches and impacts during daily use. Without it, coins would wear out much faster. From this point forward, the discs finally have the proper size and thickness of real coins. But they're still missing one thing: their designs. First inspection. Before moving on, the blanks are carefully checked by inspectors. Machines scan for imperfections, and workers keep an eye out for size differences or flaws. Any defective blanks are immediately removed. This inspection is critical for one reason: counterfeiting. In recent years, U.S. officials have seized millions of counterfeit coins smuggled into the country. By enforcing strict standards, the Mint makes sure only genuine, high-quality blanks continue forward. Polishing with burnishing next. The blanks are polished in a process known as burnishing. Thousands of them are placed inside giant rotating drums, along with small stainless steel balls and cleaning solutions. As the drums spin, the blanks tumble and rub against each other, their surfaces smoothed and polished to a bright shine. For special proof coins, the process is even more delicate. Workers rinse them, dry them by hand, and treat them almost like gemstones. These collectors' coins must be flawless, without even the tiniest scratch. By the way, if you're still watching this video and you're enjoying this behind-the-scenes look at how coins are made, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us here on Factory World. We explore the hidden stories of factories and production lines from around the world, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Striking. The transformation. Now comes the most dramatic part of the entire journey: striking. This is where the blank officially becomes a coin. Each planchet is placed between two engraved dies, one for the heads, obverse, and one for the tails, reverse. When the press activates, the dies slam into the blank with tremendous force, between 35 and 100 tons of pressure depending on the denomination. The design is imprinted instantly and permanently. Every tiny detail, from the president's face to the words, "In God We Trust," is pressed deep into the metal. For proof coins, the striking happens twice or even 3 times, producing mirror-like finishes. With dozens of presses working at once, a single mint can produce more than 40,000 finished coins per minute. The sound of the presses is deafening, like a thunderous heartbeat echoing through the factory floor. Collars and edge details. You might wonder, how do coins keep their perfect round shape during striking? That's thanks to the collar, a metal ring that holds the blank in place during the press. Without it, the coin would flatten outward like a pancake under the pressure. Collars also add important features like reeded edges, the ridges you see on dimes and quarters. Historically, these ridges were created to prevent people from shaving small amounts of precious metal off coins. Today, they still serve as a security feature and help people distinguish coins by touch. Quality control and rejects. Even after striking, the job isn't finished. Every batch of coins undergoes strict quality control. Machines and inspectors check for weak strikes, misaligned designs, or double impressions. Coins that fail inspection don't go into circulation. Instead, they're destroyed using a machine called a waffler, which distorts them so they can never be used. The damaged coins are then recycled, their metal saved for future use. Bagging and shipping. The successful coins are finally counted, weighed, and dropped into enormous canvas bags. Each bag can weigh hundreds of pounds and contain thousands of coins. Forklifts then move these heavy bags to storage until the Federal Reserve places an order. From there, the coins travel to banks across the country. Eventually, they'll be handed to a cashier, used in a vending machine, or maybe saved in your pocket as loose change. Fun facts about U.S. coins. The Philadelphia Mint alone can produce over 30 million coins per day. A penny costs about 2.1 cents to make, meaning the U.S. loses money on every penny created. While paper money usually lasts only 5 to 7 years in circulation, coins can last for 30 years or more. Some rare error coins have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions, turning mistakes into treasures. And that's the incredible journey of a coin. Starting as raw metal, passing through fire and machines, and finally becoming the change in your hand. The next time you hear coins jingling in your pocket, remember the hidden story behind them. The massive furnaces, the thunderous presses, the sharp-eyed inspectors, and the endless attention to detail that makes each one possible. So here's a question for you. With digital payments growing every year, do you think physical coins will eventually disappear? Or will they remain a timeless part of our daily lives? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this factory tour. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of production. This is Factory World, and we'll see you in the next episode.